G'day and welcome to Does It Matter? It's an instructional, Muay Thai instructional. So I thought I'd take you through, took you through the roundhouse kick last time and basic punching and some head movement. Today I'm going to take you through more basic technique. Okay, so from here today we're going to work on hand to elbow combos. Okay, kind of a mainstay of not only Muay Thai but MMA now and self-defense in general. Okay, so we're going to step forward with the jab. We're taking a nice wide stance first. Okay, wide stance with a little bit of depth, a bit more depth than the traditional Muay Thai stance, as I fight MMA as well. And we like to have that base. Okay, kangaroo knees, gorilla shoulders, hands up. Okay, and from here, all we're going to do is we're going to take a deep step forward and a strong Muay Thai jab, not a flicking jab. Strong Muay Thai jab, okay. And then from there, we're going to take another shuffle forward, okay, and apply the elbow, hand covering here, okay, just in case they decide to return the favour. And then we step back, one step, two step, okay. From here, jab, elbow, cover, okay, one step, two step back, okay. Solid jab, boom, elbow cover. Okay, step back. Generally, if a person is moving back, I wouldn't do this because they're going to be out of range of the elbow, even with the step. But if a person's moving in and I've stopped them cold with that stop hard jab, then as they're coming in, stop them cold with the jab and then apply the elbow. Okay, stepping back. One more time. Jab, elbow, okay? When you find that you do it fast and it gets herky-jerky, slow it down again. Jab, elbow, okay? Step back. Okay, one more time, nice and quick. Step back. Okay, rehand, simple. Now, you can do it from a cross position, or you can do a step through punch, okay? Either one is equally viable. I tend to use the step through a bit more often. You'll see it in MMA now too, okay? Simply because you're making range. If I've hit you with a cross, there's a chance, more of a chance than on the jab that you'll step back. So I'm gonna have to follow you. So from here, step, okay? You can technically do it one and then step through. They're equally viable, okay? So you can practice both. Step through, strike again, stepping on the elbow as well. Same as a step on a hook, step on the elbow too. Make the adjustments for range. If the person is jammed closer to you than you expected, don't take the step. But as a general rule, shorter technique requires a step on it, same as a step on the hook. You step on the hook most of the time too. In this case, cross, then step through, okay? Step through, cross. Cross, step through. So withdraw it, then you punch through. Depends on the distance. If a guy's really in close, I've thrown across, bang, he's taken it well, then I'm going to step through, probably a shallow step to hit him. If, however, I've hit him, he's moving back and I'm chasing him, then this might be a better option, okay? So we've covered our punch to elbows, advancing. What about retreating, okay? From here, jab, cut. Trying to slice more with this one, okay? Jab, cut. The reason I bring this up here is to protect me against another kick, punch or elbow, particularly an elbow, okay? So jab, cut. Jab, he walks through the jab, he's staunch. I cut him as he walks into the range. So I've jabbed him, he's funneled in with punches, I might have parried another punch, then I cut. Jab, boom. Jab, boom. Jab, parry, boom. Jab, parry, boom. Okay? So that's one of the options. We're going from the other side now. So from here, he comes in, step back on the cross, give it a little bit of extra pepper, takes no extra energy. 1, 2, okay? Okay, or I can apply the other side too. 1, 2, depending on the range. If he's far away, you might use the front one again. But if he's jamming in close, okay, almost descended on an angle there for that one. Okay, you'll hear the noises I'm making. Just helps contract the diaphragm, adds extra power in, makes it a bit of a snappier technique. Bang, bang. Okay, you can do it also simultaneously. So, okay, remembering to cover. Remembering to cover. Okay, rising elbows. So from here, what happens if we want to uppercut him? We want to use our elbow. I like this one in particular. I've used it in real life a few times. It works really well, okay? It's usually a surprise, well and truly. So from here, jab, upward. Now, the way I do my upwards, I was taught by Ajahn Chai. It's an elbow that I particularly like. I'll tell you the truth, I didn't like it when I first learnt it. I went, you know, I didn't particularly like Ajahn method of teaching this elbow, but over time I became quite enamoured of it for a variety of reasons, which I'll explain. Jab, upward elbow. Again, stepping on that elbow, still covering, okay? And we're hitting under the chin, or even up under the nose. If you miss, you've still got an opportunity because you're coming forward of catching him in the eye socket, in the eye, in the nose, okay, on the cheekbone, maybe causing some laceration, okay? Again, the more pain and injury you can inflict on a person more quickly, the less likely they are to want to continue to fight or to be able to fight, and your safety is ensured. So from here, 1, 2. On the other side, same thing. 1, 2, stepping through, okay? 1, 2, stepping through. Or if you're doing the straight step through, 1, 2. Okay, again, 1, 2. Done at speed, it's a bit of a blur, I know. Okay? But if you slow it down, you can see what you're doing. Okay? So, next up, we've done our flat elbows. We've done our rising elbows. Rising elbows. Next, we're going to do our descending elbows. There's 2 types. One you'll use exceedingly rarely, so I'll show that one first. And that is usually airborne, or coming up on the toes and bringing down. Boom. Up and over. Up and over. Up and over. Up and over. Usually the elbow comes out and in. You can just bring it straight up and down, but out and in is better. It's a more flowing action. And usually, especially if they're taller than you or the same height, you might need to bring the elbow down on the leg. On the leg. So that's the descending elbow, where you leap forward and come back into your position, your stance. You're not going to use that too often, but it is there for a good reason. There are moments when it's appropriate. If someone tackles you, you can get an underhook in. Applying the descending elbow can be very useful there too. Okay, there's places and times for it to be useful. You have a you have an angular version of it, where if you've overhooked someone's heads in that position, you can bring it down that way onto their head. Okay, you can bring it across onto the head. Okay, if they're trying to tackle you from that position, shooting. So those descending elbows can be quite handy, using the clock face as your guide. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Next up, the descending elbow. One of my favourites. I use these a lot because they're super handy, great for cutting someone, great for impact as well, and great for bowling someone over. Okay, getting people off balance is one of the best things you can do in self-defense. Okay, or combat fighting. So from here, I'm going to, again, usually I'll do it with a palm this time. Push, push, and elbow descend. Come back. Push, elbow descend. Could even be a parry. You could go parry, elbow over the top. Parry, elbow over the top. The elbow comes slowly, up to here and descends. Okay, parry, elbow over the top. Rear hand, parry stop, elbow over the top. I'm stepping forward for this one, I don't have to. If he's close enough, parry, elbow over the top. Parry, elbow over the top. Okay, you can also do it with a leap. Parry, elbow over the top. Parry, elbow over the top. Okay, so you've got options. So from here, nice and quick, bop, 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 bop. Okay, you can even do it from a punch, bop, bop. Okay, dropping it down. All right, so that covers our punch and parry to elbow basics. There's a lot more to it, it gets more complicated than that, but that covers the absolute basics. We'll finish with one slightly more advanced technique, the spin elbow, okay? Less flamboyant than you think and more practical than most would realise, okay? First of all, step and cover, okay? There's a number of different ways. You can step and latch, okay? Latching the head, latching a technique that's coming at you. You can step and just passively cover and turn, foot comes around, elbow through, okay? So from here, step and cover, step the lead foot across, bring the elbow up, turn, slide the foot through, and you're basically carting that elbow through, back into stance. Okay, going the other way, might throw a punch, might cover, step through cover, step across, elbow, cuts through, back to where you are. Okay, step across, elbow, step across, cover, step across, latch, step across, parry if they're hitting to the inside, cut through. Okay, other way, step across, cover,